YouTubers and home brewers out there. Today I'm going to talk to you about bottling your beer from your keg after it's carbonated. A lot of issues people run into is over foaming. There doesn't necessarily have to be any foam at all. When I bottle a keg now that I know how to do it the proper way, I barely lose any beer at all from foam. There's basically three things you got to look out for. Three things you got to remember. Your beer, for number one, has to be cold. Now I chill this keg in my Keezer to approximately -1 degree, which is pretty much the coldest you want to bring your beer before it actually freezes, depending on the alcohol content of the beer. Like, you can bring it to -1 to -3 or whatever, but the colder the better as far as preventing foaming. Now your keg has to be cold as well as your beer bottle. You want your beer bottle to be just pretty much almost as cold as the beer in your keg. So the way I do it, I use one of these pressure washers that I hook up to my faucet, and I turn the water to cold, and I hold the bottle on there for about 6 seconds till I can actually feel the coldness of the bottle. And after I rinse it, I pretty much fill it right away, just so it doesn't warm up any. And number two thing to keep in mind is your beer can't be overcarbonated. If your beer is overcarbonated, you're going to have foaming problems. It's got to be carbonated right to the right amount. Now I know there's no way of measuring carbonation. Well, there probably is, but I haven't figured that out yet. But I pretty much know, like from experience, how much carbonation my beer needs, and like I say, I only carbonate it to the maximum amount it needs. Like, I don't go overboard on the carbonation, because like I say, you're going to get a lot of foam in that way too. Number three thing is we're going to be working with a Blichmann beer gun here. Now these things are great little rigs. They're pretty much necessary if you want to fill your bottles from your keg. You can either use one of these, or you can use a counter pressure bottle filler. Now I got a little slight modification I did that actually makes it act as a counter pressure bottle filler. It actually puts pressure on the bottle while filling it, and the more pressure you can have while your bottle's filling, the less foam you're going to get. And I'll just show you my mods. All I did basically, for you that have any of these beer guns, this here, I got these rubber bungs off of Grolsch bottle cap. These kind of bottles here, they come off the cap, these little rubber seals or whatever. So anyways, I slid these down my fill line, and what it does is when you hold your beer bottle up to it when you're filling it, you can create a seal here, a pressure seal, and you can pretty much control that with your thumb just by kind of pushing up with your thumb just to let the excess pressure out, and it'll act as a counter pressure too. And now another thing I had to do was I had to put a little O-ring here just so the beer doesn't shoot up to through the tube, and it just like I say, that just creates a seal there that won't allow that to happen. So as you can see, I don't know what size it is, but when I pull the trigger, you'll see what oh shit. Okay, hang on a sec. My beer gun just came apart. Bear with me here. Okay, come on. Son of a gun. Okay, we're about to get this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so when I pull the trigger, I do have sanitizer in the line. You can see that the seal just comes right against the tube, so it doesn't shoot up that tube and into your center section here and make a mess. So those are the two things I did to modify it to make a counter pressure filler. And counter pressure, really, it does help as far as the foaming goes. Now that's basically about all you need to know. Another thing is my line here is about 10 feet long. The longer your line is, the better. You can have right up to 12, 13 feet without actually causing any problems there. But like I say, that just prevents the beer from going back into the keg, and that'll actually cause foaming problems too, because you're getting actual air in your line and any kind of air in your line, like a CO2 space or whatever, that'll cause foaming. So the longer your line, the less likely that is to happen. So basically, that's about it as far as all you need to know. The bacteria thing there, I don't know if I mentioned it at first there, but what I do is I put Star San in my lines. I inject Star San into my lines when they're not in use. That way I know there's no bacteria building up in them. And when it comes time to bottle, I just purge the Star San out. That's very important. You don't want to put Star San in your beer. That would make it kind of yucky. So that's one thing to keep in mind. There can't be any dirt at all in your bottles. Now when you go to bottle, your bottle has to be clean. If there's any dirt there at all, or bacteria, it's going to foam like a son of a bitch. It's going to be basically like a volcano. It'll just keep foaming and foaming and it won't stop. So if you're getting that, you know that you have dirty bottles and you got to clean them better. What I do is I soak mine in liquid bleach detergent, that pink stuff, with a little bit of water on the bottom there, and I soak it for approximately 1 to 2 hours, and then after that I pressure wash it. Probably I give it about 4 or 5 shots of water here with my pressure washer thingy, just to get all the bleach out and everything. You don't want bleach in your bottles because that's going to ruin your head and it's going to give your beer an off taste and all that crap. So this is just basically the first part of it. Bacteria is a no-no in your lines or your bottles or anything like that's going to cause excessive foaming. That's your #1 problem if you're getting any amount of foaming. And like I said, I talked about overcarbonating your beer. And so those are basically the 3 major factors you got to consider when you're bottling your beer from the keg when it's carbonated. If you can do those 3 steps, then you will not have a problem at all with foaming. This segment is over. I'm going to go to segment 2. I'm going to hook my keg up and bring my bottles out, and I'll actually show you how my bottle and how I do my bottling, and you'll see yourself that there is literally hardly any foam at all. And I'll actually show you how to do it. Okay, well thanks for watching. Be sure to watch my second video. Talk to you later. Bye.